Hi everyone. Welcome to the sixth World Championship match. This is the rematch between Lasker and Steinitz. Now at this point we had some problems finding a decent challenger for the World Championship. Lasker had just won St. Petersburg, and after that he won by 2 points over Steinitz, and they figured that was fair enough to give Steinitz a rematch. Pillsbury, of course, was going slightly insane at the time, which is a shame because that would have been a good match. The problem was they just played Nuremberg before this tournament, and Steinitz only came in 6th place. So they were thinking that he wasn't going to have much of a chance against Lasker, who won that tournament. But, you know, Steinitz was the best in the world for a long time. Seems reasonable to give him a rematch. Anyway, we're going to look at this game from the beginning, just because it's like a relatively important opening theory from that time. c3, knight f6, d4. And this is called the Molar attack. This is all theory, although usually these days white plays the move d5, and then it's some kind of complicated theoretical stuff. I actually can't remember. No, I'm lying. Castles is right. And then after bishop takes c3, now d5 is the main move. And I think it goes something like... this, but, you know, not 100% sure on that. It's not a very popular opening nowadays. It's considered to be just fine for black. But in this game, white captured on c3, and black played d5. And now white played a very aggressive move. Black is going to castle next move and simply have an extra pawn. So he didn't want to allow that and played bishop to a3, sacrificing his bishop on c4. Black took, rook e1 was played, and then f5. And it looks kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, it looks like black is just up a piece. But then he goes knight to d2, and his idea is that the king is kind of stranded in the center and that white will get pretty good attacking chances. The problem is it's just not true. After king f7, knight takes, pawn takes, rook takes, queen f6. Yeah, white has some compensation in the form of this somewhat exposed king, but in reality, black is fine. After queen e2, bishop f5, queen takes c4. Yeah, queen e2 was at least a good move, threatening this pawn. And trying to figure out if this move, probably rook e1, is annoying at least, or perhaps d5. No, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, maybe it does make sense because queen h5 check wins the bishop. So that's why he played bishop f5 instead. King to g6. Rook to e3. Now it's a little annoying. Rook g3 is coming. But black actually just plays this move. And surprisingly, his idea after rook g3 is simply king h5. And it turns out his king is totally safe here. Which is kind of funny. It's just like in the middle of the board on h5. But white only has 2 attacking pieces, the queen and the rook. And the queen can't really get to the king. The bishop's not able to check the king there. So, I mean, basically next move, black's going to go g5. And then just, you know, shift the king back to g6. And the game, this is kind of what happened. Oh, no, sorry, he didn't go king h6, my bad. He didn't even go rook g3 check. But somewhere around this point, black is just up a piece. Now, I think, if I recall, there's an interesting moment here. Or maybe not. I think black's just winning. I mean, bishop c8 is a good move. Just queen f2 is coming next. And white had to trade queens. And it wasn't a total walk in the park, because white does have 3 pawns, but there are 2 doubled pawns on the c-file. And yeah, black ended up winning the game. Admittedly, I had no puzzles for you in this video. I just felt like it was the first game of the match, and it was a win. So I felt like we should definitely go over it. By the way, knight d3 is being threatened now, and so things are pretty much over at this point. I'm just showing the end for completion's sake. And king d5 is going to trap the rook. But yeah, so Lasker got off to a very good start with a 1-0 lead. A poor opening experiment by Steinitz. I understand why he did it. When I say poor, I kind of mean like just didn't work out. I mean, in the days where they had no computer analysis and they had to figure all this stuff out on their own, it's really not easy to figure out whether these sacrifices work completely, and it's also not that easy to defend against them over the board. So, you know, a good effort, but Lasker gets off to a 1-0 lead. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.